Hey there, Blade Gang. Well, as you might have already determined, this is going to be a little different sort of a review item today. No, it is not a folder, not a fixed blade, has no edge at all. But I have found in my fairly extensive experience in martial arts and self-defense instruction that I've given in the past and police training, etc., the realm of personal self-defense, that an impact tool, weapon, is in many cases superior to having either an edged weapon or a firearm. Now, caveats, of course. If deadly force is being used against you, then you may want to consider those other options. But that is up to you. That is up to laws in your jurisdiction, etc. You're on your own. What we're talking about today is a very specific impact device. And this is made by the company, well, it's called Daniel. Let's see. Oh, it's, I'm going to have to get the name of the company. Okay, sorry for the little break there and faux pas on my part. It is the Raidops, Raidops company. These are made in South Korea. And they are marketed by and large, I haven't seen them too many other places, by Tactical Elements, a Florida knife and impact weapon selling company. Great place to go for just about everything you'd go anywhere else for. They got Microtech, they've got Benchmade, they've got, actually there's a Raidops knife line as well. But let's talk more about this one called the Daniel CQC Pro. So there are a few other versions of this. The Pro version has this very specific type of point on it. So some of the features here, very interesting, and I kind of picked up on them right away when I saw the picture. These aren't cheap. They're going to go for about, I think, $80, $90. They are out of a double heat treated, according to that big label there, double heat treated titanium. And they do come with a pocket clip, which is removable. And I don't know why it would need to be transferable. It's really just that the screw holes go all the way through. So if you had some reason to put it on the other side, you can do that. But no need to, because it's pretty much universal here. Each side is the same. Lots of little features here. So, you know, you see some jimping in here. How can this thing be held and used? Well, it can be held and used this way. And I've found that blunt force impact is many times preferable to a sharp object. You'll see that many of your tactical pens are made with a kind of a radiused point rather than a needle point. The spread of impact upon hitting the back of the hand, for instance, if you have just the right radius here on the point, that's going to be felt more readily than a sharp object going in quickly, especially when adrenaline is flowing. So we've got these grooves in here. We've got a point, obviously, that has ridges. And if you know anything about pain compliance, if you are a law enforcement person or security person, and you know that you can do stuff like this, like putting pressure on the fingers, which can be very painful, you can do that, obviously, with any one of four surfaces here. And then you've got that main point there. You've got this little flare in here, which is, I think, mainly to give you some additional purchase on it. Now there's the ring, and so this can be held this way, right? So that index fingers through the ring, and it can be used jabbing, just like a Pical style knife. But at the same time, this can be swung and hooked in this way, where these double horns here can make contact. That could also be used this way, with these making impact like that. And you can't really spin it too efficiently, so I'm not seeing the ring as a way to, karambit spin it, unless you almost completely release the grip. See, I can't get that to spin, because what's happening is it's going to hit that finger, right? So not really, the whole idea of spinning is for changing position and so forth. Not with this particular one. Now, I'm a bit curious about the clip. The pocket clip does work very well, holds on nice and firm, but still pulls out of the pocket with the ring. Another good use for the ring. Can be removed if you want to just drop it in a pocket. Very often I'll just drop this in a side leg pocket of my tactical pants, or in the back pocket, what have you. It does ride up fairly high, so that whole ring's going to be sticking out, but it doesn't really look like anything. It looks like, a tool, really. And now we got these little ridges here, and maybe as an EDC survival sort of a weapon, or tool, really. These can be used, I'm thinking, to maybe cut thread or something like that. They're fairly well defined. Could certainly be used for compliance, pain compliance. But I would say, it doesn't raise up above the outer surface of the tool. So don't know really how that would be effective. But again, there are many different models of this. I'll try to leave you as many links as I can, particularly to Tactical Elements. They're a very good store. They ship very quickly. They generally have pretty good prices on things. And they do carry some fixed blade and folders that you won't see anywhere else. So the only downside on this, I don't know why they branded it with sharp edges. There are no sharp edges on this that I can find. I don't know why you'd brand it anyway. Would you put that on a knife and say sharp edges? I'm not really getting it. Double heat treat. I think the branding on this is a little clumsy. If I could take that away, maybe darken it up with something or what have you, but it seems to be etched in. I tried covering it over with a indelible marker, but didn't really last very long. Anyway, it's got a nice look to it. These come in different shades, different anodized shades, and some are bright colors and some are gray like this. I prefer a tool like this to be kind of muted. But that, again, is the Daniel from Raidops, R-A-I-D-O-P-S. I'm going to show you, for comparison, a couple other impact tools that I use. This is by Cold Steel, and this is the mini, it's a Yawara stick. I guess you could call it Yawara stick. We used to call them that. Or Cold Steel Mini Koga. So many names, folks, so many names. Koga, K-O-G-A. It's only about a $10 item, but it is one of the most effective Kubotans. Now, the name Kubotan comes from Tak Kubota. Way back, I think in the 70s, he created the Kubotan, which has been imitated in many different ways. Basically, an impact device. This is a double-ended one. And this is a good radius right here, by the way. I don't know if you can see that well. That's a good radius for impact. It's a little more blunt than the Daniel there, CQC. Got some good grips for the finger so it doesn't slide upon impact. And it's made out of basically an FRN, sort of a plastic. One more, and this comes from a company I've been getting a few things from recently. This is from Volpe's training, and you'll see them advertised quite a bit on Instagram. I added the friction tape. It's kind of a rubberized friction tape because this is fairly slippery stuff. This is called the third hand. In Filipino martial arts, the third hand is what we refer to as the empty hand. So when the weapon is being wielded, let's say a sword or a knife or whatnot, and your empty hand is in a position in front of your chest to be ready to block or parry or assist the weapon, it's referred to as the third hand. That concept is coming from the fact that, no, you don't have three hands, but the hand that can assist the weapon is like an extra weapon. So it's referred to as the third hand. So he refers to this as the third hand. It's a neat little thing, can be used this direction, punching, can be used this direction, hooking, or backhanded, like a ridge hand, and can be used downward to impact. Some of the targets for these things that are obvious, or should be obvious, are anything reaching in to attack you. Back of the forearm bone, the hand, the back of the hand, the shoulders, the sternum, the bridge of the nose, harder areas of the body. These work best with getting results with or from. Anyway, I was going to do something, on some impact weapons, but I think this sort of fills that gap. I did mainly want to talk about this Raidops Daniel CQC Pro. And again, as I said, I'll leave you the links. It is a cool little thing to carry. Doesn't take up much space. Again, you can drop it fully in the pocket. If you can remove this clip or leave it. You can clip it to just about any pocket or inside the waistband, and it does deploy very quickly. And should you deploy it this way, you can flip it back, but you got to release all your fingers. There it is. Might take a little bit of practice. In fact, I always recommend practice. Well, there you go. The Raidops Daniel CQC Pro in titanium, and you can get it from Tactical Elements. Be well. Let me know what you think of this review, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll be back soon.